Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Nkenna. I am responsible for everything that goes on here. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and click that subscribe button, and you guys can also follow me on Instagram. That's where you're gonna find me 99% of the time if I'm not on here. As you guys can tell from the title of today's video, I'm gonna be talking about the ATI-T6. The ATI-T6 is an entrance admissions exam for nursing school. I had one person tell me that it's not specifically a nursing school exam. However, that's the only place that I've ever heard of it. They said that they can use it to test for anything, but I digress. It's the nursing school standard. It's really what everybody thinks of in terms of nursing school, apart from the HESI, the nursing school entrance exam. So going ahead and getting into the specifics of the exam, and in terms of my personal background with the exam, a lot of information sessions that I went to for nursing schools told me that it was kind of frowned upon if you didn't take it twice. So I took it the first time and my score was like, okay, this is all right, but I'm definitely gonna try and do it again. So I took it a second time, and my score went up by like, I think 6 points. So that was really awesome. So I definitely recommend taking it again. You never know what could be happening. As with anything, you just kind of get a feel. You've taken the test once, so when you take it the second time, you know what to expect. You're more comfortable, and you'll probably do better. As always with anything, I would say go ahead and take it early. With your first attempt, you want to take it early. So that way, if you see, okay, I didn't do as well as I wanted to, then you can give yourself 2 months, 3 months, whatever your time frame is. You can give yourself ample amount of time to go ahead, reformulate your study plan, and then come back and approach it better. So definitely take it as early as possible. Do not wait till the latest possible time, because I know every school that I applied to had a minimum score of a 70 on the T's. One school, the school that I'm going to, they had a minimum score of a 78. So you want to make sure that you're falling above, I don't know if that makes sense, but if you're above that minimum score, you don't want to be at the bare minimum. You want to make sure that you're confident with your scores. You're not just barely getting by. So in terms of preparation, I bought 3 different books and I had the apps. And then I believe I bought 1 app, and the rest I just did the free trials of the apps. But for a good period of time, like I had to make a folder on my phone with the T's apps. And I think I had like 7 different apps at one period of time that I would just cycle through on a daily basis. So anytime I had downtime at work, then I would just be doing questions. Definitely recommend taking at least 1 practice exam. That really helped me. It helped me feel more confident, and I always wrote down the questions that I got wrong, so then I would quiz myself on them again until I understood why I got the question wrong and then what was the reasoning behind the question. In total, I think I studied for a good 1 to 2 months, but everybody's different. That for me was just kind of like my tap out point. I was like, okay, I feel confident and comfortable with this material, but definitely, you know, start studying early and kind of plan a date and say, this is when I'm going to take this exam. Formulate your own study plan, because again, everybody is different. I would definitely suggest taking anatomy and physiology 2 and microbiology before you take the T's, but in terms of the program that I applied to, they had urged me apply early, don't wait, and that's what I did, and everything worked out for the best. I did well on my exam. However, I just know like I would have done better if I had waited to take my exam, or if I had taken my prerequisites, finished all of those, and then taken my T's. So I say all that to say, if you can, finish all your prerequisites and then take your T's. But if you can't, if you're in progress of whatever, like if you've already taken A&P 1 and 2 and you just have microbiology, like go ahead and take it. If you're impatient like me, you'll be happy to find out that you do get your scores the same day. Like the HESI, you get your scores. The HESI, you get your scores immediately. But with the T's, you get your scores 1 to 2 hours after the last exam. Something that I really liked about the T's is it goes through and gives you a breakdown. It doesn't let you review the questions. However, it shows the sections, and then it gets specific. I believe it tailors it to the actual page number or section of their study book, and it shows you like you need to review on, I don't know, like fractions and decimals. Like it'll give you the question, you need to review this, but it won't give you the actual question, if that makes any sense. You don't get you don't get the actual question. It just tells you the category that you really need to spend more time with. Something that I did not like is that there are no breaks, so you have to pace yourself. So each section, of course, is timed. It's not the same amount of time for each section. So let's say in reading comprehension, you still have 20 minutes left. You can go use the restroom. But you know, you have to pace yourself because it's going to keep going and it's going to move on to the next section with or without you. It's not going to say like, are you still there? It's not like it's not like Netflix, like, are you still there? Are you still watching? It's going to move on without you. For me, I used almost all of my time. I think there was only in the reading comprehension section that I moved on and I didn't use any extra time. And that was even with me going back, reviewing all of the questions or anything, any questions that, you know, I spent a little too much time on. I was like, I'll come back to this. I wrote them down and I was able to go back and be like, okay, let me think about this critically. Like, what is the actual answer? Like, why am I having so much trouble with it? Yeah, even after doing all that, like, I used just about all my time. So this is definitely something to keep in mind. Of course, everybody tests differently, but just know that there are no breaks. It moves on with or without you. It's timed. Each section does not have equal amounts of time. Moving on to the sections, there are 4 different sections on the exam. The first section is reading. You have 64 minutes to complete that section. Next is mathematics. You have 54 minutes to complete that section. The next section is science. This is 63 minutes long. And then the final section is English and language usage. And this you have 28 minutes to complete. For me personally, with the math section, there were a lot of things that I thought were simple. And then the more and more I thought about it, I overcomplicated it. So that's how I wasted a lot of time in the math section. One thing that I will say is it won't prompt you in the exam to review questions that you skipped over. So if you move forward on a question and you don't answer it, it's not going to prompt you to go back and answer that question. Like, so that's why it's really important to pace yourself and go back and look through all the questions, make sure you answered everything. There is a calculator built into the software of the exam, and then the testing center also provided us with basic little, not cameras, provided us with basic calculators. Like I said, for me, and everybody is different, so this may not work for you, it may work for you. For me, I practice questions every single day. So in between classes, in between, you know, seeing patients at work, things like that. Before I went to bed, I was doing questions all the time, and I made sure I took those books everywhere with me. So anytime I had some downtime, or like maybe I'd gone through so many questions on the phone, I was tired of staring at my phone screen, I would open the book and start reading through the book. I would definitely recommend taking it twice. Use both attempts that you can in that calendar year or that application cycle, just because I know that a lot of people that I talk to in terms of like going to open houses for schools or talking to admissions counselors, they basically said that it was frowned upon and they want you to do both attempts because they don't want you to just take one attempt. Even if you get a 90, they want to see if you can do better. You know, just use all your attempts. I understand it's more money, but it's a worthy investment. So overall, that is everything. I really hope that you guys found this helpful. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, definitely leave them down below and I'll get back to you guys at my earliest convenience. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, and yeah, I will definitely catch you guys later. Bye.
I just wanna love you, just to make you smile, that's the motive. Just to make